Horizon Chess, home studio reaction. This is most gangster pizza CEO, Little Caesars. Okay, so this is about the CEO of Little Caesar, not the Little Caesar itself. Okay, so I'm guessing the CEO is like a permanent, doesn't change. I'm guessing it probably is the owner. I don't know, right? CEO changes a lot if there is no one singular owner of a company, and really big companies don't really have like one big owner type of way. It's like obviously there's a principal owner, right? Which basically makes what is the chairman of the board. But usually just go by like they all the board decide who's going to be CEO. Like CEO probably stays there a long time and that for some reason changes, retires, whatever. I'm guessing Little Caesar has just one CEO. So yeah, I, you know, I, I think I heard of Little Caesars, but never seen it. I'm guessing this is one of those US fast food things that is like big enough in US but not the world, because I don't know, like I don't think it's here where I live in India. I'm pretty sure it's not. Big chain fast foods like McDonald's, Burger King, Starbucks, Domino's, Pizza Hut, all these things are already here. So yeah, some of them like already fat files covered it. Like some of them is so successful they don't want to be outside of US. They're fine in US. This is one of those things. So let's watch one.
Bush Light. I started looking into this company because it was a
Yep, there you go.
staple in my childhood growing up poor, and I like cheap pizza, and boy, did it take some unexpected turns. Today we're talking about Little Caesars Pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, there's two types of people on the planet. There are people that like Little Caesars, and there's people that lack critical thinking skills. Buh! Little Caesars is not good pizza. Buh! Okay, nobody said it was. They said it was hot, ready, and it cost $5, okay? Nobody in their right mind is walking into Little Caesars, seeing an entire case of already cooked pizzas that are hot, ready, and cost $5, and are thinking to themselves, wow, I bet that pizza is absolutely delicious, okay? And if you think that, guess what? I've got a dress shirt to sell you that I wore while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon, which is banned, by the way, which in hindsight.
By the way, I'm eating pizza right now, and it's from the Domino's, because I don't like anything besides Domino's. I mean, yeah, there are like non-chain type of things, like Italian restaurant that sells like really good pizzas. Usually those are like thin pizzas, like big 12, 14 inches one. Like they're fine, but I have to eat that hot. If I don't eat it, like it tastes like cardboard later on. I don't know, it's just weird like that. So pizza is one of those things like you need to get it right. Like Domino's is good enough. Pizza Hut sucks. I don't like Pizza Hut pizzas. I don't know why people eat that. It just sucks. It's not like one or two. Like I've gone to many Pizza Hut like chains. They all taste the same. But Domino's is like good enough. Like I never hated Domino's. Their pizza, even if their pizza gets cold, it still tastes good. Not to mention its macro is like one of the big reason I eat it. 50 grams of protein in it in 1,000+ calories a lot, but 50 grams is not bad. Shit like that. Yeah, pizza is one of those things that you need to get it right. If you don't, it just tastes weird, right? There's many small businesses here which is like, is this pizza? Is what the hell is even that type of thing?
It's a horrible example because I actually did wear this shirt while I was drinking alcohol at the Pentagon.
Oh man, it tastes so much better knowing how much paperwork went into getting.
First one to finish a White Claw in the Pentagon.
Suck it, son of a bitch!
Also, in my defense, before it even gets brought up in the comment section, I did not get to choose the type of alcohol, okay? I would have chose Bush Light all day and tomorrow, but when life...
Why are you in Pentagon doing a podcast? How you're in Is it because one of your friends, like, who's that? That guy who worked on a Patriot missile system and all that. Like, I'm guessing, military peoples, and I'm guessing Brandon Herrera almost become a senator. They have enough connections that you can do that at Pentagon. I don't know.
Life gives you White Claws in the basement of the Pentagon, you chug them. That's my bad, disregard. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get across to you is nobody's going to Little Caesars because they want really good pizza, okay? Little Caesars is for mom that has been working 40 hours a week and is driving home and doesn't want to cook dinner. And then she sees a Little Caesars and is like, holy shit, I can feed myself, my husband, and my 2 kids for $6.99 by buying a pizza, crazy bread, and marinara sauce. Okay, and the craziest part about that everybody has to respect is the fact that Little Caesars pizza has been $5 since 1997, okay? It is the Arizona tea of the pizza world. Whoever runs Little Caesars and Arizona tea should be put in charge of the US economy. And we're gonna talk about how they managed to keep the prices that low right after a word from our sponsor. Yeah, babe, what's up?
Hey, I need a boombox.
Okay, I can go get you one.
Perfect.
All right, I'll go get it now. Love you.
Love you.
All right, bye.
1 hour later.
Where's that boombox that I asked for?
Oh, it's right here. I got it for you.
What is this?
Oh, it's the same ad. I mean, makes sense. Why would you make another ad? Hey, well, go to original video page, link from the description, and support this channel. Or go to joindeleteme.com/fat files.
To the video. All right, our story begins on July 20th, 1929, when a young Mike Ilitch is born, the son of two first-generation immigrants. Like pretty much everybody born at this point in time, he grows up, he ends up joining the military, and he ends up becoming a United States Marine. Serves 4 years in the Marine Corps, comes back home, meets a young lady by the name of Marion, ends up marrying her. Then he ends up playing pro baseball for the Detroit Tigers, the New York Yankees, and the Washington Senators. Unfortunately, he ends up getting a knee injury and is forced into early retirement. At this
You played baseball for the Yankees. That, I mean, back then it was like big, wasn't it?
point, that was like everything he was banking on, and he just has to start taking whatever jobs he can find. He's working as a handyman, he's working as a door-to-door salesman for aluminum awnings, literally just doing whatever he can do to get by. So him and his wife end up saving up $10,000, and they want to use that money to start up their own pizza place, and that's exactly what they do. And whenever you start a new business, the first thing you do is come up with a name. And Mike wanted to call it Pizza Treat, and his wife chimes in, is like, no, I hate that name. I want to name the restaurant after my pet name for you, Little Caesar. Which is weird because Mike is average height, he was 5'9", Caesar was only 5'7", and Mike is significantly taller than his wife, so I don't know why she would come up with the name Little Caesar. Wait, Little Caesar always depicted by stabbing his spear into a pie. Wait, pull up a picture of the Little Caesar. Holy shit.
That's a peanut.
Wait, was this a Marine Corps dick joke the entire time? I'm conflicted. On one hand, my childhood is ruined, but on the other hand, it's a multi-billion-dollar Marine Corps dick joke, which is just perfect. I wonder if Melinda Gates is who came up with the name Microsoft. Sorry, we're getting way off track. Little Caesars was originally Little...
Soft because of software, but yes, still, why not? Yeah, Little Caesars, like, okay, then... Is it because, like, okay, pizza, Italy, Caesar... was there any pizza during Roman times? I don't even know, man.
Caesar's Pizza Treat, and it opened up in 1959, and their slogan was Pizza Pizza, which is the most Marine Corps slogan of all time. Just say whatever it is twice. Except, of course, in Canada, Pizza Pizza was already trademarked, so they had to go with quality instead.
Nerd alert!
Let me hear you say,
Right out of the gate, their first restaurant
That's something, right? Like, oh shit, Kendrick Lamar just completely destroyed Drake. Like, okay. I mean, I kind of saw that coming after, what is it, what's her name? That TV show one. There was a whole controversy, right? Like, Drake is giving her advice on, like, how to date, like, people, and she goes underage. And that was a whole thing. Kendrick just took that and just, like, destroyed Drake. Like, okay.
Restaurant is a huge success, and they end up franchising and getting another location open within the first 3 years. Then they start opening up Little Caesars all over the country. It's a huge chain, and somewhere along this line, they end up ditching the original name of Little Caesars Pizza Treat and just shorten it to Little Caesar, which I'm never going to be able to say the same ever again now. Is this why the breadsticks are so thin? So business is going great. They start opening up restaurants all over the United
What you eating? I'm going to Little Caesars and gonna eat breadsticks. I see what you like.
States. They've even got some up there in Canada. They keep the company privately owned, so they get to make all the decisions. Everything's going great. They're making a ton of money, at which point Mike sets his sights on going and buying the favorite team that he played for when he was a professional baseball player, the Detroit Tigers. He wants to own the entire team, and he's got the money to do it. But in 1998, the CEO of Domino's, his direct competitor, bought the team out from underneath him.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, this is a Marine. This is shots fired. This means absolute war. So what ends up happening is Mike...
What was that movie, man? That kid, like... Did he picture something bad happening in his, like, whatever, like, some bad memory from his childhood? He's a child, but still. And channeled it, because that was good acting. Like, I felt that son of a bitch right there.
Still wants to own a sports team, so what he does instead is he ends up buying the Detroit Red Wings, the hockey team, and under his command, they do great, start winning a bunch of games.
This
Stanley
is becoming
Cup.
so regular, we should just have Michigan Day at the White House when the Red Wings
The Tigers, on the other hand, are doing absolutely terrible under the ownership of the CEO of Domino's, so he's forced to sell, and by 1992, Mike is able to buy the Detroit Tigers as well. And under his ownership, the Detroit Tigers start doing awesome as well, but Mike is not about to forget what the CEO of Domino's did.
I don't don't even think you really know what a bad day is.
So in 1993, right after he bought the Detroit Tigers, Mike launches the Big campaign for Little Caesars, which kicks off what is today known as the Pizza Wars. At this point in time, there's 3 major pizza chain restaurants in the United States of America. You've got Little Caesars, Domino's, and Pizza Hut.
How does it make you feel? It doesn't matter how it makes you feel.
And Little Caesars comes up with a brilliant marketing plan of,
Holy shit. Okay. So the Little Caesars was like literally competing with Domino's and Pizza Hut. Like, that's big. Domino's and Pizza Hut might as well be like Coke and Pepsi when it comes to pizza in America and the world, basically. So yeah, Little Caesars. Okay.
what if we just sold big-ass pizzas? So they had their big promotion where they just sold a massive pizza and said that it was bigger than all the other pizzas on the market. That went so well and they made so much money that they actually started to make more.
Back up. What is that?
Than all
24 slices. 24 slices. What is in inches? How big it is? Because I've eaten like 18-inch pizza. That was too much. Usually large is usually like 12-inch. 18 is like really big. Like usually Domino's and obviously they don't have that. Right, so you like I said, Italian restaurant, like, you know, you have to go to that. 24 slices, I don't even know that.
All the other pizzas on the market. That went so well and they made so much money that they actually started to make more money than Domino's, at which point Pizza Hut fired back by launching their Sasquatch pizza. And then Domino's came in with their Dominator pizza. It was literally a nuclear arms race of the pizza world. It was the golden age of pizza fast food. Then in 1997, after the pizza wars subsided, Little Caesars needed to have their next big promotion, and what they went with was hot and ready. They decided to shift the entire direction of the company. They weren't going to focus on dine-in. They weren't going to have dine-in at all. They weren't going to deliver. It was going to be, you can walk in, pick up your pizza. Not only can you pick up the pizza, it's going to be there, it's going to be hot, and it's going to be ready. It's already done, and it's cheap as fuck.
Ow.
It's brilliant. It's cheap, it's fast, it's highly effective. You're a mom taking her kid to soccer practice, and you forgot, oh shit, it was my turn this week to bring
Ow.
the food to feed all the kids after soccer practice, and then you drive by, see a Little Caesars, and know that you can pick up 5 pizzas for like $30. The day is saved. And only focusing on pick.
Hold up there. How? Like, you just walk in, pizza's ready? How is it ready? Do they keep it warm? Because that's probably not healthy. Like, if you make a pizza and like you keep it warm for like long enough time, like you keep heating it up somehow. Otherwise, how would the pizza be ready? I don't know.
Pickup is actually part of the reason that the food is so cheap, because the buildings don't need to be that big. They can occupy these little tiny commercial areas because all they need is a kitchen and like a 3-foot wide area with a cash register for people to pay when they pick up their pizza. You're not wasting money on a dining area, you're not wasting money on delivery drivers, and that's a big part of why they managed to keep the pizza price at $5. On top of that, they did everything as cheaply as possible. Their marinara sauce is literally from concentrate, so the employees just dump this can of concentrated tomato paste in and mix it with water, and that's what the sauce is. And then they use the cheapest cheese they could get their hands on. And then for the dough is actually the good part, because the dough is actually made fresh every single day, because buying pre-made dough was more expensive than just making dough in-house. So the dough is actually really fresh, and that's why the crazy breadsticks are so good.
Got all this large pie and the crazy bread and the sauce for $6.
Somehow they managed to keep the price of the
Yeah, like I said, like I've gone to like this Italian restaurant. We have fine wine or restaurant, but they just sell like pizza and like, yeah, all that, right? That is what Italian restaurant is. Pizza and like, what is that? Why am I forgetting the name of that? Pastas. I'm stupid. So, this place is like, I've seen people like, make dough, right? Somehow the kitchen is like visible, I guess that's for purpose. They actually make fresh dough. It takes some time, fresh dough and like pizza. And that fresh pizza just tastes better, right? It's like there's certain softness to it. Like, it's just different compared to something like a Domino's or something. Like I said, Domino's is fine, but it's like a lot of preservatives there, probably already made dough or something, because it's a big fast food. It's what they do. So something freshly made, you can just feel it's a bit different.
the pizza $5 flat until 2022. It literally took a global pandemic that forced people to stay in their houses and not interact with people to get them to raise the price of their pizza. That's incredible. Okay, just for the record, gas prices alone went up 231% during that same time frame. We're not even going to talk about the housing market, and somehow these guys managed to keep the pizza at $5. And guess how much they were forced to raise the pizza price by in 2022? 55 cents. The pizza is now, to this day, still $5.55, and in exchange for the price increase, you got 33% more pepperoni on your pizza. Okay, and why does this happen?
Hold up there. How is that possible though? What about inflation? What about the price increase of everything? How are they keeping the same prices? Like Costco thing, it made sense because it wasn't about really the product itself. It was about the membership and things. So they just sold product at the base price, right? They weren't profiting from the product itself. That thing made sense. This is a pizza, right? So how are they keeping the same thing when the raw product prices are probably going up?
For the same exact reason that it happened with Arizona Tea, okay? It is a privately owned company. They are not worried about getting more money for all of their shareholders. Once the owner has enough money to go out and buy all of his favorite sports teams, there's no reason to raise the price on the product, right? As long as he's still making money, he's happy. So that's exactly what he keeps doing. Okay, is Little Caesars cutting corners on the pizza? Yeah, it's their entire business model is to make the cheapest pizza possible, okay? But unlike most other companies, Little Caesars takes all that cost savings and passes it along to the customer, not giving it to their shareholders. Buh! I don't care if it's cheap, it still tastes like cardboard. Buh! You know what? Keyboard warriors would know exactly what cardboard tastes like, wouldn't you? I bet you could differentiate brands of Windows by the taste. And you know what? I'm willing to concede. Is Little Caesars the best pizza if I'm judging by taste?
What is it like? It tastes like cardboard. Like even I've said that sometime. Like I don't even know what that means though. I've never eaten cardboard. Who the fuck has? Like I'm guessing it's the texture that it feels like cardboard. But like we can, if you eat cardboard, it would feel very different. So that's psychology is very peculiar, right? Like you just feel something, and in your mind it's true, and that applies to everyone. Like everyone has same type of thought. This is a human thing. Oh, it tastes like cardboard. It feels like cardboard. How you know you never eaten cardboard? If you as soon as you eat cardboard, it would feel weird, like not the same, even close to it.
Absolutely not. But you know what? It still tastes better than Italian pizza.
It's not great. It's not horrible. You're gonna get fat.
Buh! How can you even say that? The Italians literally invented pizza, and that's how it's supposed to be. Italian pizza has to be the best by default. Buh! A, no it doesn't. B, that doesn't even make sense, okay? You can say what you want about Little Caesars pizza, but at least they figured out how to spread the cheese evenly. Okay, Italian pizza is literally like, what if I had bread with tomato paste all over it, and then I threw 4 giant cheese balls on top? Okay, no, why would you do that? I want the next bite of pizza to taste
I have 2 things to say on both sides. Like, I understand one element, like it doesn't matter who invents it. If somebody can make it better, they made it better type of way, right? Germany invented cars, Benz invented cars, but it was Ford who made it like more accessible to the world, American. But when it comes to food, it's 2 things. If you make a food in certain way, in certain portion, like this is the amount of cheese it must have, this is the amount of like, whatever, like tomato paste is must have, like the base should be this thick, and you call that pizza, and that's your invention. Somebody can like put 1,000,000 tons of cheese on it, make it a bit different. Even though it tastes better, doesn't necessarily make that better pizza than the other one, because pizza is pizza. Other thing, you like changed it a lot of ways, right? And then again, like taste could be like, I don't know, a personal thing. Everybody has different taste. Somebody like cheese, somebody doesn't. Somebody like tomato, somebody doesn't. So in the end of the day, it's like, okay, what people like. People like cheese more. People like bigger sizes more. So obviously that pizza is better just by like popularity, sure. But you can't really compete that way.
Exactly like the last bite of pizza, because pizza's fucking delicious. Okay, I don't care if the Italians did it first. They did it wrong, okay? Just because something's first doesn't mean it's the best or the right way to do something, okay? The Model T was the first mass manufactured car. That doesn't mean that the Model T is better than my F-150. But it gets better, because not only did Mike manage to keep the price of the pizzas low simply because he could afford to and he's a good guy, he also took a ton of the profits that he made because he was making so much money and did a bunch of philanthropy. He created the Little Caesars Love Kitchen, which was a mobile Little Caesars that they would drive into natural disaster areas and give out free food to people. He helped with veterans charities. He funded youth hockey leagues. In 1994, when Rosa Parks was attacked because she lived on the bad side of town, Mike heard about this and then got her into a nicer apartment on a nicer side of town and paid her rent for the rest of her life and never even told anybody. Dude didn't do it for PR, didn't do it for the good press, literally just did it because it was the right thing to do, and nobody found out about it until he passed away. And when he did pass away in 2017 at the age of 87 years old, his widow became one of the wealthiest women in the entire country. Okay, that's the American dream. Dude goes off, serves.
That shit is insane. Like the more I watch fat nutrition videos, the more I'm learning all this shit, especially Fat Files channels. Like people of this like capitalism business, like New Yorkers, rich people, billionaires, like CEO and chairmen, they are all a-holes. That's the image people have, right? And you hear about that story all the time. But the more fat file video I've seen, like how good people are, right? Doing shit that they don't have to, so it's not for the PR. Because like he said, he didn't even tell anybody he did all this shit. He did because he could and he wanted to, right? I mean, not everybody becomes rich and becomes an asshole, basically, at that point. I was gonna like not say that, but that's why I pronounced it weirdly. Because YouTube, you never know. So yeah, not everybody gets rich and becomes an a-hole like that. That is something, right? The same thing about like the other video he covered, right? Where he talked about that about Arizona tea, right? That's the one where, okay, it's like the family business. Like he could have like done a lot of shit, but he didn't. He wanted to keep it that way, right? Too many stories like that where people choosing the right way rather than just capitalism, just making money. Too many channels just cover bad stuff about how people are a-holes, and nowadays it's becoming this like too polarized. It's either this way or that way. That's how people think. Either billionaires are completely a-hole or they are not, and just like shit like that, right? In today's world, everything's like that. There is nothing bipartisan. Like it's either you're left wing or right wing type of shit. There should be more channels talking about things like that. Like, okay, doing business and becoming rich doesn't automatically mean you're a bad person.
4 years in the Marine Corps, comes back home, finds a beautiful girl, marries her, plays professional baseball, blows out his knee, dreams are ruined, doesn't give up on himself. Goes out, starts a business, makes so much fucking money that he buys the sports team he used to play for and a couple of other sports teams. Does it all without being greedy, cutting corners to screw over his customer. He cuts corners to save the customer money so even poor people can afford to buy their kids pizza. And then with all the extra money he makes, he does a bunch of charity work and then dies at 87 years old, leaving his widow a billionaire like a complete fucking gangster. And the cherry on top, the entire thing was based off of one big elaborate multi-billion-dollar dick joke, which is a title that only a Marine could achieve. This video is so unhinged, I don't even know how to end it. I guess just like, be like Mike, never give up on yourself, never compromise your morals to make more money. If you can do charity work along the way, that's great. And apparently making dick jokes works. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at electrician.com. Quack bang out.
Yeah, dick joke works in America this way because only in America. Everywhere else, it probably like you wouldn't even have the freedom to do all this shit. But yeah, why can't people like this be the head or the owner of some pharmaceutical companies? Because that's where we need people like this who actually cares about the people, not just the quarterly or something.
Somebody's going to take that advice too literal, and there's going to be a new pizza chain called Girth Brooks. I guarantee it.
Oh, there's more.
Mike Evans, owner of the Red Wings since 1982, passed away at age 87. This afternoon, we ask that you join in a moment of silence to honor his memory.
You'll never discover new oceans unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Mike and Marion had the courage to lose sight of the shore and discover new oceans. They kept pushing Detroit, and it had not been for them, I am saying Detroit would not be in the Renaissance that they're in now.
I just want to be remembered as a good father and somebody who loves Detroit. I like to be remembered as for the people that know me as a decent guy.
I'd be in the
Yep, there you go. Okay, what happened to Detroit? Like I heard, like Detroit is probably screwed in past couple of years, decades or something. Like, I don't know what the reason behind is. Like I'm guessing, like because of the motor industry crash or something. Because Detroit is motor town, right? That's what I don't know. Yeah, Detroit was doing bad or something. At least I remember that Grand Tour episode. Basically, I don't know, like how long ago it was, 8-9 years ago. I don't even know when that was, but something like that. I don't know. But yeah, this whole, I like wholesome stories like that about big company owners because whenever we talk about company owners like big industry, it's always depressing or some bad things going to be involved. Not really, right? Fight recent stories are always like that. It's about like some badass guy doing hopeful things in military stories or in fact files some industry like this, right? And YouTube also likes this chance because I never have issues with like fat person reactions compared to other ones. So even YouTube likes this kind of stories. That's something. Right, well, if you like my reaction, don't forget like and subscribe. That way I'll know which type of videos to react to more. I like stories like this, right? I like fat person style like videos. I like how I learn more things from this. uh, I like history. That's how I started it at the start. But yeah, that's all recorded history. Like there's many things that people don't know about, and people like Fatrition basically Googles it, like spend their time making sure, like this kind of a whole creative thing that probably nobody else is gonna cover it. And when you realize, wait a minute, there's way too much to this than I thought. So yeah, right. I'll see you next time.